Good morning, dear students. Today I shall explain you the ball poem by John Berryman. John Berryman basically is an American poet who was famous during second half of the 20th century when his work, The Dream Songs, was published. This poem tells us about some instances from our life when we feel sad or loss of many things in our life. It may be relationship or money, etc. Whatever it may be, but we feel sad on that, and how we stand up and manage to tolerate the losses in our real life. In this poem, poet tells us about a little boy whose ball is lost in the water when he was playing with it, and now he is standing grief-stricken near the water when poet is watching him from some distance. Poet first thinks that he should buy him a new ball, but then he thinks that he should not buy him a new ball because it is not the matter of money. Not a ball doesn't cost too much. It is a very small thing, and it is just materialistic loss that the child has faced. And he is learning a lesson from this loss that he has to face many big losses in his life. So if the poet would buy him a new ball, how would he be able to learn to face big losses in his real life that he is subjected to in his future? So that's why poet didn't include him. Now let us read the text of the poem. A boy loses a ball, he is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, nor is difficult to buy another ball. Why then is the boy upset? Read the poem, see what the poet thinks has been lost and what the boy has to learn from the experiences of losing something. So before the poem starts, the hints are given that one boy has lost a ball and he is too upset, and when the ball cost is very less, then why this boy is upset? So after reading this poem, you will know all the things, what he has lost and what he has learned from this lesson. What is the boy now who has lost this ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. So it says that what this boy will do whose ball is lost now, and what he will do next. Poet said that I have seen his ball bouncing down in the water when it was going down in the water. I have seen this. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went, I would not intrude on him. Poet says that there is no use of saying this, oh, there are other balls. Poet says that I can buy him a new ball, but it is useless. Since the boy is standing rigid and he is trembling and he is watching the ball, his young childhood days, those childhood days memories which already have drowned with the ball in the water. So poet says that I would not intrude, I would not interfere with this. A dime another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. Poet tells that dime. Dime means a sum of 10 cents. A ball that costs only 10 cents is not too much important. What is important is that the child is learning his responsibility so that poet didn't buy him new ball. He could learn his responsibility properly. People buy balls, they lost them. Always balls are lost. He is consoling the boy, and no one buys a ball back. Means you can't go back to the time which has already passed. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. The boy is learning behind his desperate eyes, because the eyes are desperate to get his ball back, which can't come back really. He is learning the epistemology of loss. Epistemology means knowledge. Epistemology means knowledge. He is learning the nature of loss and how to cope up with it. And he is knowing what every man of the world should know, that how to stand up, how to cope up with the problems in life. Now let us see the literary devices used in this poem. First is anapra. Anapra, what is anapra? In which the words repeat at the beginning of successive clauses, phrases or sentences. In this poem, see, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. So the word what in the beginning of first sentence and the word what in beginning of the second sentence is repeated here, and this is use of anapra. Second is repetition. Where poet has used repetition, repetition is also a literary device in which words or phrases are repeated in a literary work. The repetition is done to create a rhythm and to gather attention to one idea. For example, repetition is here. What is he to do? So what? Two times we have used what, and this is a repetition of the word what, and poet has used repetition in this poem here. And last is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sounds in the closely connected words. For example, and no one buys a ball bag. Money is expensive. So the consonant sounds are b, buy, ball, bag, b, and b. These are the consonant sounds. And this is the use of alliteration in this poem. So dear students, this is your poem. Learn it. Thanks and have a nice day.